Hey, Blake, just curious with the Bucks coming up, the first thing that jumps out at you as being really difficult for you guys to handle with them?
I think their continuity, has been really well. Obviously, Drew is a little bit new to their team, but I think they just have a system sort of, and they all know their positions. I think, for them, they have three guys that can really hurt you. And then they have a great group of, complementary players. So, those are the things that jump out you right away. And then defensively, they're long. So, we got this series, even more so than last is a detail-oriented series, in my opinion.
Greg Logan with Newsday.
Blake, with Giannis in particular, I mean, he's had unbelievable success against you guys, averaging over 30 points a game, over 35 points a game. Is there just a target that you guys have just to slow him down a little bit or make him a little bit less efficient? Because his shooting has been tremendous. He's sort of been unstoppable. What can you do to contain him?
With any great player, it's something you do by committee. It's not going to be a single person just stopping him. There's a reason, he's back-to-back MVPs and has had the success he's had. So yeah, we have some things in place, but like I said, it's going to be a team effort, and we'll be ready for it.
Blake Andrews, ESPN.
Blake, Giannis said this week that he doesn't necessarily think he's good at fighting over screens, but he thinks he's the best for a 7-footer. It's difficult to decide because he's a big target. Mentally, what are you tasking yourself with defensively in this series?
For us, physicality, making sure we rebound. It's kind of this, a little bit similar to Boston. I think it'll be similar to every series we play. We have to be a more physical team. We have to make sure we rebound, and match their energy. So, defensively, you just try to make it tough on them. Like Greg said, he has shot well against us this season. So, not just giving him, open looks or let him, dribble down and tee it up. Just to make sure we make it tough on him.
How comfortable are you with allowing him to shoot the 3-point shot, as if it's take away the paint or take away threes, even though he's improved at it? Is it something that's pick your poison, or?
Yeah, I think he shoots at a record high, within 3 feet. So obviously that's not ideal for us. But at the same time, like I said, you don't want to just give him threes where he's dribbling in and just being able to tee up a shot. If he hits some tough threes, some contested threes, then, you got to shake his hand. But, we want to make every shot he takes, tougher than, an uncontested, wide open three.
Alex Schiffer, The Athletic.
Hey, Blake, you guys haven't been fully healthy the 3 times you guys played Milwaukee in the regular season. I'm just curious, does the approach of the game plan change that much with you guys at full strength, or is it essentially, the same puzzle with just more pieces?
Like offensively?
Yes.
It's a little bit different. The 2 games that I was here for, we didn't have James. I don't know what it was before that, but you guys see how big of a role he plays in our offense. Even if he's not scoring the basketball, his the way he facilitates a game, not just passing the basketball, but the way he sort of sees the game and gets everybody into positions is huge for us. So it'll be a different look for sure from the 2 times that I've been here that we played them for sure. So I would say it'd be a little bit different look. But overall, like our offensive identity doesn't really change a lot. It just helps, having one of the best playmakers and facilitators, in the world.
Ryan Dunleavy with The Post.
Blake, you've talked since you got here about how it's kind of your job to find a role here and not just like fill up the box score. But I'm curious what you think of your individual contribution in the first series. Did you have a hard time finding your footing, or did you feel like you did a lot of things that didn't show up in the box score?
With Boston switching most pick and rolls, I thought our big three, took advantage of that. And, Katie's numbers, Kyrie's numbers, their numbers were insane. I don't know that our like supporting groups numbers were like crazy or would jump out at you, maybe besides Joe, but I don't really consider him. He's one of the four, maybe our numbers didn't quite jump out, but I thought we did, the points that we had to make, boxing out Tristan. I know game 3, we did a poor job of that, but, my focus was sort of being physical and making sure I kept him off the glass. As long as like going into the game, I do the things that our coaching staff is asking me to do. And I'm happy. I mean, obviously there's always that thing of, I think I can play better for sure. But, winning a first round series, is most important. That was weirdly the easiest, or not easiest, but like four. I've never won a first round series 4-1. You take what you can get.
Brian Lewis with the New York Post.
Hey, Blake. This is twofold. With Giannis, I guess the obvious question is how much of your guys' defense on him is going to be based on getting back in transition and getting to the spots appropriately and quickly. And secondly, and I know you've addressed this in the past, but is it kind of crazy that there's this narrative out there that you guys are kind of, the betting favorites, the villains? A lot of people are rooting against you guys, but yet they have a 2-time MVP on the other side and 3 stars on the other side. Is that kind of an odd circumstance that you guys haven't won, but yet you are being treated as if you are the overwhelming favorites?
The first question, transition is obviously a point of emphasis. He's very good in transition, just like he is around the rim. So that's sort of one of the things you have to do by committee, and make sure you slow him down there. As far as like how we're viewed, or whether we're favorites or not, I think just being here since March, everybody wants everybody always wants to have a team to sort of build up, but also hate at the same time. There's kind of always that thing. I don't know that we pay like that much attention to like, the villain aspect, or even really the favorites, whoever is the favorites. I think we have such an experienced group that, a group that has experienced heartbreak, and a group that experienced like highs and lows, in the playoffs, that like we don't take what everybody else is saying, and take it to heart on either side, really. We know we have a lot of work to do, and we know we have to come out and we have to perform, we have to execute. So what's being said doesn't really bother us.
Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic.
Blake, I wanted to ask you about Bruce Brown and the way he played in the first series. And when you're watching a guy that's undersized but playing the role he's playing, what do you think about him and how he played in that first series?
Bruce was great. He's been doing that all season long. He's just like got that fearless mentality, and it's great because he really takes advantages of defenses sort of not giving him enough credit. Like, when I would go into pick and rolls, they would switch everything, right? And Bruce would go into pick and rolls, and they were like sort of lackadaisical with their switches. They were sort of doubling off a little bit, and he does such a great job of making teams pay for that. He time and time again, he got in, and finished down low. And then on the defensive end, he does a great job. Guards, their guards guarded, Kemba when he was playing, guarded Jason when he was playing. So, he's sort of like he's just like utility guy that, you know, he's basically played every position for us, I think.
Thanks for your time, Blake.
He does.